Okay, guys, we should be live right now. Write us into the chat if you are listening us, if you're able to listen what we are saying. So just to have a feedback, we should be live right now. And I'm here with a guest, with Kip, that is coming from the Wave Financial project. That is a project that he will present to you just in a moment. This will not be just an AMA about Wave Financial. Yes, we will talk also about it. But the reason why I invited him is because what I'm seeing, I don't know if you have ever seen the Wave Financial platform, but we share the same mission, that is empowering the DeFi space. And the goal of this AMA is literally helping people to better understand what is going to the DeFi space. So feel free to ask whatever you want about any kind of protocol, any kind of thing, any kind of thought that you have about DeFi. We don't know if we will be able to answer to all of your questions, because obviously the DeFi space is quite broad, but we will do our best in order, in order to help you to receive the best answer as possible. So if you want to say something, if you want to just present yourself, introduce yourself to our audience.
Thanks, Alberto. Hello, everybody from the DeFi Daily channel. I'm also just a very, very keen subscriber and viewer of the DeFi Daily channel. I think I actually was subscribed to you since I think you were around like 3,000, 4,000 subscribers.
Quite a long time.
So, yeah, I mean, I saw you making videos, and I wanted to make some videos too and get into the DeFi space. So hey, I'm just a DeFi degen, just like all of you guys. But I also graduated and started working with DeFi protocols. I'm working part-time with Weave. And yeah, I really want to give some insight into what the protocols are building right now, even during this market. Like I just want to reassure you guys, like we are building, and there's so many great things that are coming down, especially on the infrastructure level, that maybe I hope I can share with you guys, so that we get a little bit of an interesting perspective of what somebody from working in crypto. So I definitely want to share that angle with all of you guys. So yeah, I'm just a DeFi degen, humble youth farmer, just like all of you, and I love DeFi Daily videos. I made a lot of degen ape investments as well because of DeFi Daily. But I also learned a lot of great.
So I'm really curious to listen. It's lagging quite a little bit from Kip in this moment. In any case, no problem. How does it work, this format? We will take a couple of minutes, about 5 to 10 minutes, just to introduce you a couple of news about the DeFi space that are happening right now. And after that, we will go through an open AMA, so feel free to ask whatever you want. I will just share with you my screen right now, because I want to share with you a couple of just news that I think that could be interesting. So let just give me a second. Okay, it should be live right now. Okay, so I want to start with a couple of news. The first one that we have been already talking about is about Tron. We have been talking about a lot about the possibility to introduce new copycat of Anchor protocol. We have been what has gone through USM with NEAR, and right now the Justin Sun from Tron has just announced that USDD, that is the new stable coin on Tron, will be live the 5th of May. So keep this date, keep note of this date, because in that date, the stablecoin will live, and they are promising something like 30%. That's insane. I'm sharing with you this news because that could be probably the most important news in the next couple of days. So keep in mind this date. Another big news that I want to share with you, I don't know if you remember that we have been talking about tokemak. Tokemak, it is a protocol. Maybe if you forget, you can retrieve the link about the video into my channel. Tokemak is trying to solve the liquidity problem about DeFi. And they are just launching the core free. What does it mean? It means that starting from the 2nd of May, people, so the holders of the token that is the token of a tokemak, will have the opportunity to decide which protocol they want to add to the tokemak platform. Right now, there are just a few of them. but starting from this new update, many other will come. And going on to another news that I think that could be interesting, I wanted just to share about Astroport. I don't know if you have seen, but just the other day they have shared this topic here. Astroport may say, I don't know what it was saying. In any case, that's not important. Astroport is just launching, and in this article that I will share it into, I can even add it to the chat, just if you are curious to know more about it. And that could be useful because, okay, now it should be on the chat. And you can check this, this link just to see which are the players that will try to fight into the Astro Wars. I want to just add that in the moment when we are talking about Astro Wars, I don't want you to go all in about the Astro token. The Astro token, it is something that can increase in value thanks to the Astro Wars, but it doesn't mean that it will be so. Remember that what is the main point is it will be able, Astroport, to create enough value to have different protocols fighting to collect the maximum amount of Astro tokens. If this will happen, so yes, the Astro Wars will be great, will be powerful, and also the Astro token will increase. But I wanted to just to add this part because I'm seeing too many times people talking about wars, Astro Wars, wars from one side, wars for everything. And this is kind of an abuse because one thing is the Cure Wars that has been the fundamentals of DeFi. Cure has demonstrated already to be the biggest protocol into the DeFi space. So that's one story, making a war to control Cure. On the other side, yes, that's absolutely a possibility that the Astroport will be also able to attract another big part of liquidity into Terra, because Terra is an ecosystem that is growing so much that is absolutely possible that it will be able to reach exactly what has been able to do Curve, but into the Terra ecosystem. Just wanted to share it with you. I want to leave also now, right now, the word to Keep. If you want to say something about Wave, or if you want to also comment in any way, the free news that I have just shared, feel free to say whatever you think that is more convenient and more useful to our community.
Yeah, I just want a quick note on the Astro Wars. Like, there's so many different protocols doing this kind of token system, which is very, very interesting. I think the key thing to remember is that everyone has different varying success, right? So we've seen like the Beat Swords on Beethoven X. Depends on what you deem as success anyway. So even though the token is very volatile, I think it's quite successful in terms of utility, in terms of liquidity mining and attracting TVL to the protocol. But if you look at Joe, like you can see like the sustainability of the price is different. So like everybody who does this kind of thing has different varying success depending on the underlying tokenomics, because each of them has different tokenomics from the beginning. So having this utility of the voting and all these kind of things is very interesting and still very experimental. So nothing is going to really emulate the Curve price action, but they'll have different success and experience success in different ways. So I just wanted to kind of note that in terms of this kind of thing, which is still very cool. And I love Terra Luna as well. I need to explore more. But yeah, hi everybody, I'm Kip from Weave, and Weave is a great tool for you guys to fully customize your DeFi strategies. So maybe Alberto, you can share a little bit on the Weave website and kind of the strategy builder. I actually maybe link some demo links of YouTube videos for you in the chat.
You can directly add it to the chat, or if you can share with me, I will share the link to the people.
Yeah, I think I shared on our Discord group chat. But yeah, that's great. Don't worry about it. But yeah, Weave is a customizable strategy builder that you can drag and drop. So you can customize exactly how much you want to auto compound and DCA. So for example, right now the problem with auto compounders, they have their own place, and but we don't have much customizability. For example, let's say I'm on a on a vault on Beefy, which I love Beefy, by the way. I still use Beefy. Let's say I have a Phantom USDC pool on Beefy, and that the auto compounding strategy auto compounds all the rewards back into the LP. But with Weave, what you can do is kind of customize and dial in exactly how much percentage you want to take and re-auto compound. So maybe I want to do only 50% to re-auto compound back, and then the other 50% I want to DCA into maybe a USDC day pool, which is a stable pool. So you can literally just add, drag and drop, and kind of customize exactly how you want it. Yeah, exactly. So Alberto's already playing with it, and that's the powerful thing about the Weave strategy builder. And we're currently deployed on Phantom, BNB chain, and Polygon. So yeah.
So it's like depositing on something, and after that the yield, so the amount of revenues that you are producing, will be reinvested on something else. That's correct?
Yeah. So you can kind of like pick and choose and kind of like, in a way, weave it to how you like it to be, and you can kind of automate this DeFi strategy, yield farming, exactly how you want it. So we are slowly rolling out features. Not everything is live yet on the front end, but yeah, you guys can go play with it right now. So it's very exciting.
And which protocols are supported right now? I'm seeing here a Pancake Swap, I suppose.
Yeah, so on BNB chain, we are supporting Pancake Swap, and I think Ape Swap very soon. On Phantom, we are Spooky and Spirit. And on Polygon, we're going to be integrating Quick Swap, and slowly we'll add and integrate more protocols as well. So
but it is something that we can also use a cross-chain, so I can create an interoperability, some kind of strategy that is working cross-chain, or each strategy, each plan should work into a single chain.
Yeah, so right now it's all single chain, but we have plans to go cross-chain, but that's definitely down the roadmap. But right now, for example, on Phantom, you can able to mix and match Spooky and Spirit farms. So that's the cool part. Yeah.
And what is the timeline for the next updates and the next release?
You know, we would like to give the timeline. We are very excited to build this, but in the end of the day, we never know. You know,
that's true. I have been working with many startups, and the reality is that you are just trying to forecast when you will end something, but at the end of the story, you don't know it, and exactly. You will just discover it just in the moment when it will come out.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make up anything. You know, I'm just a part-time business developer and marketing person at Weave. But yeah, it's super exciting what we're building. Of course, don't ape into it. Do your own research and be very, very careful with DeFi, because it's such a crazy space and so fun. But that's what makes it interesting, and that's why we're here.
Yeah. So guys, if you have any kind of question about Wave or more in general about DeFi, feel free to ask into the comment section, and I will take any kind of question that will come. Let me ask you one thing. In your opinion, right now, the DeFi space, what is, in which situation are we? We are in, we will have something like a DeFi summer again or something, or not? Because what I was looking for, I don't know if you have seen a couple of videos that I made when I was analyzing the revenues protocols, the amount of revenues that the protocols are producing, the amount of transactions that are going on into the different DeFi protocols and so on. And what I noticed is that right now we are really bottoming up, and there is less interest, or at least this is what is looking like, for this kind of protocols. But on the other side, we that are following the DeFi space from quite a long time, we are seeing fundamentals changing completely. DeFi is not anymore what it was like not even 3 to 4 months ago. That's a completely different space with fundamentals that are much stronger. But on the other side, the price is only declining. What is your opinion about it?
Before I answer that amazing question, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. The DeFi Daily drops the biggest bombs, and he has great insight. So what he was talking about just now, he was analyzing the underlying blockchain transactions. Nobody else is doing this. What are you doing? Subscribe right now. But yeah, to answer that question, you are absolutely right. Right now, I think the DeFi Edge as well tweeted and commented there's the VCs, there are more VCs right now than retail. But at the same time, take this with a grain of salt, because if you're working in DeFi, you're kind of seeing all the great innovations that we're doing. So you're always kind of perma bullish, but of course in the grand landscape. So I'm going to come from a perma bull standpoint. So just take note here. But at the end of the day, right now it's the lull period, but I'm telling you, so much innovation and building is going on. It's incredible, especially on the multi-chain, cross-chain functionality point. So right now, with the multi-chain, the bridge, or AnySwap, previously AnySwap, what their technology is that they freeze assets on one chain and then they mint assets on another chain, and it's very centralized. But what's happening now is like generic messaging protocols are like able to take interoperability to the next level. So you're able to
zero. That's powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is something super powerful. Check out dBridge. It's amazing. What they're doing is, and like nobody really understands it yet, especially doing the builders, but like it's amazing. So it's basically, instead of bridging assets, they bridge messages and call data, and they integrate with like
what's the name? What's the name?
dBridge. This is like hot alpha. I'm not allowed to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm not really like working for them. But I know what's going on, but I'm not under NDA, so I'm actually. Yeah, so what actually what I'm saying is all in the documents anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, what they're able to do is like build like cool interoperability for just through generic messaging, which is super simple and super stupid, but it works, and it's incredible. So
I will share, guys, the link about what he is talking about later into the comment section, into the description, so you will have the opportunity to check it. If you want to share with me into the chat here, the link, if you have it, so I can also add to the chat, or if you want to add it to the chat right now, because that's quite interesting. The whole point is the more smoother we can make the interoperability between different chains, also much more people will use DeFi, because the main problem about DeFi is that it takes so much effort already still to manage the DeFi space, because you need to think about on which chain you are. Okay, guys, I'm using Uniswap, but I want to use a Spooky Swap at the same time. How can I use the different blockchain? I want to use Ethereum, that is an active token on an active coin on Ethereum, but at the same time, I want to swap it with Phantom that is native from Phantom. Right now, you can't do it because you have to use a bridge that is tokenizing your asset, that is increasing the level of difficulties and the risk on the other side. There is a great paper by Vitalik that is talking about bridging and how what are the risks connected to bridging and a possible attack of 51+1% of attack to the network. So that's something that is quite important to understand. I don't know if you had the opportunity to retrieve the link.
Yeah, I put it in the chat, I guess. But yeah, but just long story short, everybody's building, and even more like than doing DeFi summer. Like the building and the development is just going up and up and up and up and up and up. I don't know whether it's going to be another DeFi summer, tokenomics, but at the end of the day, this infrastructure is building. This industry is about to explode. Maybe not in price, not in terms of price, but maybe in terms of velocity, monetary velocity, adoption, these kind of things, these kind of metrics that are not very exciting for retail viewers, retail people. Maybe not exciting for all, but it's in the long term, it's such a core thing. And things like interoperability is going to be the main driver of the next DeFi summer if we have another one. And you can get ready for that by just learning and watching DeFi Daily channels and DeFi Daily videos. So subscribe, don't forget.
Thank you. And in your opinion, what will be the role of the different, because right now the core feature that we had into the DeFi space were just swapping tokens and farming. The reality is that that's the main point about the main features that people are using. What do you see into the next future? We will have a different kind of feature. People will start using more perpetual, because there are many protocols that are trying to introduce derivatives and perpetual options and many other kind of different tools that are typical from the financial space, and they are trying to be replicated on the DeFi. What do you think that will be, and what will be the trigger, if there is any, in your opinion, that can change this situation?
I'm happy to share. That's a great point. I love how you brought that up. I'm not a derivatives kind of guy, but oh my God, dude, there's so many perpetuals and derivatives protocols coming out. There's tons of them. Like you're part of business development and you're like being introduced and you have to learn all these new protocols. There's so many coming out. They're all like launching on Ethereum first for some reason. I'm not very sure why, but then they're coming to like Phantom, they're going to Polygon, they're going on like AVAX, and some people are even building on Elrond, which is interesting. So yeah, it's the perpetuals and basically all the financial instruments that you have in traditional finance, they're really coming out into DeFi, and people are doing them in the dozens of droves. They're all just starting out. They're all just like no names yet. So you don't hear about it, but they are alive and they are around, and even like uncollateralized loans as well, especially that. So that basically you be able to borrow more than your collateral, and OTC transfers of NFTs, of tokens. So like right now, like we have AMMs, right? But man, soon you're gonna have OTC transfers, and which all permissionless and all decentralized. So man, this excitement and tech and innovations and building in DeFi just amazing. It's just everything kind of bubbling up right now, and this is the time to learn. This is the time to step back and just enjoy discovering crypto again. And you can do that on this channel. So don't forget to subscribe again and like the video.
Love you guys. Love you, man. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true, because I truly believe the same. DeFi is changing. We had just the first part where we have this blow up also of the price of the different tokens. But to be honest, in that moment, it was just a bubble, because the different protocols weren't valuing, the value weren't so high. It's now that they are undervalued, because many protocols are delivering some feature that is really powerful. What I think, I don't know, I will ask you in a moment, which is the reason why do you think that not so many people are joining DeFi? Because if we think about how much is the traction of the crypto space and how small is still the traction on how the DeFi people are joining, there are not so many of them that are joining the DeFi space compared to how many people are using cryptos. And that's something that I have a couple of ideas that I will share you in a moment. I want to ask you, what is, in your opinion, the reason why not so many are joining this kind of space? Because the DeFi space is another space that is empowering the whole crypto one.
No, that's a really good question, and you probably could. I probably could answer that in many ways. I'm just trying to pick a way that is probably most interesting. But definitely like so I worked actually. I work part-time for an exchange. And what they want to do is that if you're on an exchange, right? If you think of yourself as a business, if you're a business and you're at exchange, you want people to keep your liquidity on your exchange. You want people to swap stuff, right? You want to collect fees in that. So they don't really adopt a lot of withdrawals. So it's hard to withdraw onto the blockchain. It's hard to withdraw onto a decentralized system. And that's kind of what keeping retail, DeFi, I need to withdraw, I need to learn security. No, like these exchanges don't make it easy for you to do that. And that's why, I think that's kind of like a reason why we don't have so much DeFi adoption, especially if, even if we do have like a big boom soon, if they not incentivized to have those bridges, to have the security to withdraw, ease of use, it's going to hinder retail. So I hope that's an interesting perspective, because I think you think of it as a business point of view. That's definitely the case. I'm curious to hear what your perspective is.
That's a nice point of view, Yor, because that's true. But that was also happening the same to me. I still remember the first protocol that I found. It was into 2017, I think. It was called Open Trading Network. And I was wondering why I need a DeFi, it wasn't called DeFi at the time, but it was the same. The concept was the same. It was just another Uniswap, but just without the traction of Uniswap. And I was wondering why I need to use this stuff while I still can, with more liquidity, I can swap my tokens on a centralized exchange. That was what I was thinking at that time. And that's true. Centralized exchanges are trying to lock people inside. They are trying to offer many different tools. That's the reason why also what I truly believe that is crucial for the DeFi space is more attention on the user experience and the communication. We need to try to help other people to better understand what's going on into this space, what are the opportunities. That's also the reason why we decided to launch this AMA that we'll try to make it a weekly or bi-weekly or something like that. So keep in mind that usually on Friday, we will have this kind of chat, or maybe we will move on Thursday. In any case, I will update you on this channel, plus on all the different social media that I have. What I want to really help you to understand is that DeFi is still a niche, but the fundamentals are so strong. And in the moment when also the protocols will start more to talk about DeFi in general, and not just about themselves. And that's something that I truly believe that is important, because this industry can grow so much, like 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times where we are from where we are right now. But what is needed is more people that are aware of this opportunity. And right now, not many of them are aware of it. And they are just, okay, who is the heavy users of DeFi? We are all using DeFi. We are loving, we are understanding about privacy, about the control of your own cryptos, about the yield that is impressively higher than what you can get from a centralized exchange, about the different strategies that you can build. And that's the reason why it's also so interesting to see a Wave, for example, that is trying to build a strategizer that is able to give you like, I don't know, I'm coming from marketing, and I don't know if you have ever had the opportunity to try to set up an email marketing campaign. And the way that it's working is pretty so close to what we have just seen previously with Wave Financial. That's the same. You are just building a flow on how your cryptos should move according to some kind of condition. And that's just at the beginning. And I'm not a part of the team, so I don't know so much about their future plans, but with any probability, they will try to make it easier. And we need much more of it, because we need to help people to have some kind of tool that is straightforward, easy to understand, and can bring real value. If people are seeing that money are flowing into their portfolio, they will join. For example, that's the reason why Anchor Protocol has been so successful. And that's a great demonstration. If you make something that is easy to understand, straightforward, and is giving you an APY that is clean, fixed, and it is reliable, you don't need to have 1,000% of APY to attract people. Even 20%, that for a crypto space, it's not so high. But on stable coins, through this kind of user experience, that's so powerful and that's so great. That's the reason why we have seen also USN on NEAR, USDD on Tron, and many other are launching. So yes, absolutely agree.
By the way, 30% or 34% APR on Beta1X on stables, by the way. Just dropping that.
Quite a nice APY. I
like your perspective. I think it's just hard right now to get into DeFi in general. The user experience, the customer support, it's just non-existent, and that's why.
That's a big problem, customer support, because people are used to have questions. But right now, if you have a question, who will answer to you? Or better, there are many people that will answer to. I'm the first that I'm answering every day to many questions of any kind. But you have to find the people that are having the knowledge, that are having the time to answer to you, that are willing to help you, and not to scam, because scam is another big problem. DeFi is so full of scam. We need to also increase the awareness on how you can defend yourself in order to avoid to be scammed, ragged, and so on. And that's another important point that we are needing into this space. I don't know if you want to add anything. They are asking, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Malaysia. and yeah, it's a nice place, and I'm just, but I can't be happier being here, because this place, talking with DeFi Daily, Alberto, is amazing, and yeah, I just love it.
They are also asking if you want to say something about how Wave is planning to capture this kind of excitement behind DeFi. I want to add that, in my opinion, right now, there is not so much excitement about DeFi. Most of the people are scared about DeFi. I can also see it from the metrics of my channel. One story was in November, where much more people were willing to jump in. They were curious, they were asking questions. Right now, most of the people are much carried and much more just thinking about, should I join DeFi or should I stay on my exchange and so on. And most of the people are just staying on their exchange, or they are simply leaving the industry. I will leave you an answer to how Wave is planning to capture this kind of excitement about communication, about features, or about user experience, or whatever you think that is significant.
Yeah, I think this is not so much of a Weave question, actually. I mean, I think we spoke enough about Weave, but in general, Weave is trying to make it easy for everybody to yield farm and execute your DeFi strategies through drag and drop UI. It's just very simple, like we demonstrated before. I think it's really cool, and there's a lot of protocols that want to bring DeFi to the mainstream, which is beautiful. I had some really cool, profound point I wanted to say. I can't really remember. I just forgot about it already. But yeah, I think in general, oh yes, the unique points of DeFi compared to centralized exchange. Number one is permissionless. You don't need permission to exchange tokens. I think most people don't realize how powerful that is. Like on centralized exchanges, you have to.
Neither did I at the beginning. I wasn't aware how powerful can be being your own owner of your own cryptos, because we are used to have a centralized system with banks where you are just leaving your money to someone else. But that's not so secure and not so safe and not the best option if you have some other option like DeFi is offering us right now.
Yeah, and permissionless. Permissionless world is so powerful, actually, and especially with lending and borrowing permissionlessly, is actually highly powerful. And with DeFi, the unique thing, because of its permissionlessness, you're able to be more capital efficient if you know what you're doing, which is really, really cool. Like for example, let's say I have Bitcoin. I don't just have to hodl Bitcoin. I can kind of like lend it out. Not just lend it out, but I can borrow against it, and I'd be more capital efficient with my Bitcoin, similar to how like you would maybe have a home and then you borrow against your home in traditional finance. And yeah, it's like so many innovations are happening right now. But I think another unique point of DeFi is that everything is transparent, and that scares people. So right now the narrative is, okay, if everything's transparent, I can see everything, but what if I want to keep transactions private? So that's why you have your privacy change, like Secret and Oasis and stuff like that coming up, right? But the narrative hasn't really like sprung there yet. But some people will be divided. So I see DeFi as dividing into two, actually. The unique point is that both have unique points. One is that you can see all the transactions, you can see the whale wallets, you can see everything right now. And that's the beautiful part of DeFi. You can't really do that on centralized bank or exchange. And then on the other side, you can be secretive as well. You can have less front running. You can trade anonymously, like truly anonymously. And that's the beautiful part of DeFi, I think, and why you should really learn about it. And I think the adoption will come, not just from the high APRs or APYs, which I guess is the kind of like the main marketing tool, but the adoption will come because people will realize how powerful it is to move assets. Like let's say I'm in Nigeria right now, and so many people are adopting cryptocurrency so that they can just send money to their relatives. They can bank it themselves. Most countries.
Yeah, that's true. But we have to remember that many countries, they don't have a so efficient money market bank system as we have many in some developed country. And that's something that is important to understand and to remember, because in some country, having a space like a DeFi space is a completely a breakthrough and can really change the game. What I want to ask you as a last question before closing, because I want to try to make this format quite strict and straightforward, trying just to discuss about the main topics about DeFi or answering to any question that we have from the chat. And the point is, what I want to talk about is, in your opinion, in order to have another big adoption, another big pump on DeFi, we need to wait a Bitcoin bull run, or we can reach it even without it?
Oh, that's a very good question. It's hard to answer that, but at the same time,
obviously we can just speculate. Nobody has the answer. That's something that is pretty clear.
Yeah. At the same time, I think that there is a non-speculative answer in that DeFi will have another boom, but it won't be it might not be a price kind of boom. It might be an adoption kind of boom. It might be a investment kind of boom from the outside world. It might be well, I already know the builders and the VCs and the competition is so high. The competition is booming right now. So if you are referring to another DeFi summer, I think one is already starting, and that's the increase of builders and projects coming in and innovating. Innovation is booming right now, not in price. It's not reflecting in the price, but that's kind of like what happened before. Aave set up, Uniswap was set up, nothing really happened. Then somebody said like, hey, this is pretty cool. And then boom, it went to the moon. Yeah. So it depends how you see.
That's the point. That's the point. And also that's the reason why I think that it is so unpredictable. In my opinion, we can even have a DeFi boom without having Bitcoin running. And the main point is that DeFi is still so small that is enough. A so small amount of money, relatively small, obviously, it's not something that a private person can put inside, or you have one of the top richest men into the world. Otherwise, you don't have enough liquidity to move the market. But it's not so much money. You have still to remember a DeFi in terms of total relocked has just something like 200 billion, not so much. So it is enough, just a small adoption from institution or some big whale that's trying to accumulate just to trigger that kind of boom. I'm not saying that will happen tomorrow, but what I'm seeing while I'm analyzing this market is that many people are undervaluating what is going on from the fundamental point of view. We are too much focused about the price of different tokens. That's true that most of them are just going down. But that's not something that is bad, because if you think about it, if you believe in that fundamental, it doesn't matter what is the price. It's just another opportunity buy. Don't ape in, but just try to use a strategy, DCA. Personally, I still DCA the tokens and the cryptos that I love. I don't care about the price. I'm just accumulating them and keeping it adding to my portfolio. Obviously, if you want to speculate, that's not the right time, because if Bitcoin is doing like a leg down by another 5%, DeFi tokens can go down by another 30%. And that's something that is absolutely normal. It doesn't mean that the project is dead. It just means that we are in a phase where we should wait for the trigger that can accelerate the whole process. Could be Bitcoin starting a new bull run, could be some institutional adoption, could be some kind of regulation stuff, could be many different stuff. We don't know what will happen. So don't try to forecast the price of a single token, because it's absolutely unpredictable and absolutely impossible. On the other side, that's the best time to learn, because the more you're learning right now, the better you are prepared for the future. I don't know if you want to add anything.
Yeah, that you said it very, very well. The best time to learn is right now. The best time to build is right now. And I think also, just to quickly toss a question or toss some homework to the audience, like, understand why markets move and why the price of Bitcoin affects all the other tokens. Go ask yourself that kind of question. And maybe once you find the answer to that question, you will realize and understand why Bitcoin influences the market so much. And learn about the business models of DeFi. In the end of the day, we're not so decentralized in DeFi yet. We're just permissionless for now. So if you understand how a DeFi protocol earns revenue and builds a business, then I think you'll have an edge, and you'll find all that knowledge right here in the DeFi Daily channel. So like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, subscribe, guys, if you want to. Obviously, I'm happy if you are following my channel, but what is even more important, guys, you have to follow the market. You have to stay informed. You have to increase your knowledge, because that's a market that is moving so fast that it requires a minimum of effort. But on the other side, the upside, the amount of money that can come into this market in the next future is so high that, at least in my opinion, that's a bet that deserves to be deserves some time. So, guys, I hope that this format it's something that you liked. Let me know into the comment section when I will publish the video. What do you think about having an AMA? I don't know, weekly, bi-weekly, something like that, where we talk about DeFi in general. We can do it together with Keep, or let us know what you would like to see into the channel. The goal is literally helping you to retrieve answers to different kind of topics that are related to the DeFi space. And that's something that is a completely new format for my channel. And let me know what you think, and I will be more than welcome to listen from you. Kip, thank you. It was a pleasure having you into the channel. I hope to see you soon again into the channel. And guys, thank you for following us. I don't know if you want to add something, Kip, just to before saying goodbye.
Yeah, don't forget to join the Discord channel down below. We always hang out there. And check out all the different links of the different exchanges to get bonuses on your exchanges and good discounts. So also remember, don't forget, we're all gonna make it together.
Thank you, Kip. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much,
guys.
See
you tomorrow. Bye.
Oh, that was fun, man. Oh, that was good.
Well, I